If you feel like you're constantly working, but you're not making the progress that you want, you do not need a new goal. You need better systems. I have started and sold multi-million-dollar companies, and I'm now the CEO of Acquisition.com. And I'm not here because I'm smarter or more talented than you. I'm here because I have built daily fail-proof systems that deliver actual results in my life. Here's how I build systems that work harder than I could ever work. Many people come and they say, I just can't get the motivation. But what they don't realize is that most people don't have a motivation problem. They have a systems problem. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You actually are going to fall to the level of the systems you put in place.
Leila's distinction between a compass and a vehicle is the perfect starting point. But let's go one level deeper and truly anchor ourselves in this idea. What does it mean to choose the vehicle over the compass? It means you are consciously shifting your entire philosophy from passive potential to active, kinetic progress. A compass is a beautiful instrument of hope. It points north, showing you the ideal direction, the abstract goal lingering on the horizon. But it possesses no energy of its own. It cannot move you an inch closer to that destination. It relies entirely on your fluctuating willpower to take the first step and every single step after that. The vehicle, the system, is fundamentally different. It is an engine of progress. By building it, you are making a commitment not just to the destination, but to the journey itself. You are choosing the cause of the result, not just the idea of the result. It acknowledges the friction of the real world, the muddy terrain, the stormy weather, the steep hills of procrastination, and it is designed to overcome them. This is the profound mindset shift we must explore. Consider this. A system is a contract you sign today for the benefit of your future self. It is an act of leadership. You, in this moment of clarity and rational strength, are making a binding decision to protect the you of tomorrow. And who is that future self? It is the person who will wake up tired, whose resolve has been eroded by a long day, whose mind is clouded by stress and temptation. That future self is emotionally vulnerable and will almost always choose the path of least resistance, the path of comfort, the path that leads away from your goals. A system is the ultimate act of strategic foresight. You are the wise general, planning the battle in the calm of the war room, long before the chaos of the battlefield erupts. You lay out the supply lines, the pre-planned maneuvers, and the automatic responses. This isn't about creating a rigid, joyless life. It is an act of profound self-respect. You are doing the heavy cognitive lifting now, so your future self doesn't have to debate, negotiate, or falter. It just has to execute. Goals are almost always born from moments of intense emotion. It might be a surge of inspiration after watching a powerful story or a deep pang of frustration when looking at your bank account. In that peak emotional state, the goal feels attainable, even inevitable. But execution does not live in those dramatic peaks. It survives and thrives in the quiet, mundane valleys of daily life. This is where we must escape the tyranny of our own emotions. Your motivation is a fickle and unreliable partner. It will abandon you at the first sign of boredom or difficulty. A system, however, is designed to be unemotional. It doesn't ask for your permission. It doesn't care if you feel like it. Its power lies in its complete and total indifference to your mood, ensuring that progress continues long after the initial wave of inspiration has crashed and receded. It is a law you have written for yourself, not a suggestion. And it is this unwavering reliability, this freedom from the whims of your own heart, that truly compounds into massive success. Every time you execute your system, you are casting a vote for the type of person you wish to become. This is one of a system's most potent, yet subtle, psychological benefits. The goal is not just to perform an action, it is to forge an identity. When you follow your system to go to the gym on a day you feel exhausted, you are not just burning calories. You are casting a clear and definitive vote for the identity of, I am the kind of person who honors my commitments, even when it's hard. When you sit down to write for an hour as planned, you are casting a vote that says, I am a writer. These are not empty affirmations. Each action is a small, undeniable piece of evidence that builds a case for your new identity. You are not just doing things, you are actively, tangibly becoming. Over time, the weight of this evidence becomes so overwhelming that your belief system has no choice but to change to match your actions. This accumulation of identity votes pays its dividends in the most valuable currency for achievement: self-trust. We often think of trust as a soft, nebulous feeling, but in reality, it is a reputation. You build a reputation with others by consistently doing what you say you will do. The process of building trust with yourself is identical. Every time you break a promise to yourself, hitting the snooze button, skipping the healthy meal, putting off the important work, you subtly erode your internal reputation. You teach yourself that your word is not bond. A system is the infrastructure for personal integrity. It automates the act of promise keeping. As you follow it, day after day, you build an unshakable track record. You prove to yourself, through irrefutable action, that you are reliable. This deep, earned self-trust then becomes the platform from which you can take bigger risks, set bolder goals, and face greater challenges, because you know, without a doubt, that the person in the mirror will have your back. Truly understand the power of systems. We must learn to distinguish motion from action. Motion is seductive. It feels like progress. Reading 10 books about entrepreneurship is motion. Designing the perfect logo is motion. Creating a color-coded spreadsheet for your workout plan is motion. It provides the satisfying feeling of productivity without ever exposing you to the risk of failure or judgment. Action, on the other hand, is what produces a result. Making your first sales call is action. Shipping the first, imperfect version of your product is action. Doing the first set of squats is action. People become trapped in the endless, comfortable cycle of motion because it is safe. Action is terrifying because it is real. It can be judged, it can fail. A system is the engineered bridge from the safe harbor of motion to the turbulent, result-filled waters of action. It automates the transition, forcing you to stop planning the voyage and finally set sail. The most immediate reward of a well-designed system is the liberation of your mind. Think of your conscious brain as a computer with a limited amount of processing power, or RAM. Every single decision you make throughout the day, no matter how small, consumes a piece of this finite resource. What should I wear? What should I eat for breakfast? Should I work out now or later? What should I work on first? This constant stream of trivial choices leads to decision fatigue, leaving you mentally drained and unable to perform high-level thinking. Systems are like optimized background scripts that handle these routine processes automatically. This frees up your mind's core processor. You are no longer a CPU bogged down by running the operating system of your life. Instead, your full cognitive horsepower can be dedicated to what truly matters: solving complex problems, innovating, being creative, and being fully present with the people around you. This isn't about becoming a robot. It's about automating the robotic parts of our lives so we can be more fully and brilliantly human. This mental freedom is the absolute prerequisite for any kind of meaningful scale. You cannot scale your business, your impact, or your life when you yourself are the bottleneck. A person who relies on willpower and moment-to-moment decisions to get things done simply cannot handle more complexity. They are already at capacity, but when you master the art of building systems, you learn a universal principle of growth. The logic required to build a personal system for waking up early, a clear trigger, a defined process, a form of feedback, is the exact same logic required to build a professional system for hiring new talent or managing a marketing campaign. By mastering these principles on the small, controllable scale of your own life, you are unknowingly completing an apprenticeship. You are training to become an effective leader and a builder of great things. Your life becomes the training ground. For your empire, our culture glorifies the highlight reel. It celebrates the dramatic breakthrough, the quantum leap, the overnight success. But this is a dangerous fantasy. The truth is that mastery, in any field, is built in the unglamorous, repetitive, and often tedious moments of daily practice. A master musician plays their scales every single day. A champion athlete perfects the same fundamental movement 10,000 times. A great writer adheres to a strict, non-negotiable writing schedule. The system embraces this quiet power of boring. It understands that extraordinary results are not the product of extraordinary effort on a single day, but of ordinary effort repeated with relentless consistency. It finds the elegance in repetition and the power in routine. If you seek excitement, you will be distracted. If you seek consistency, you will find results. Success is not an event to be hunted. It is the predictable and inevitable outcome of a superior system run to the point of boredom. If this deeper insight into the architecture of achievement resonated with you, subscribe for more analyses and share in the comments how this principle shifts your perspective on your own goals. To get the full original context from the source and learn the tactical details of building these systems, make sure to watch Leila's complete video linked in the description below.